What's up, everybody? We back with another message, another video. Thank you to all my new subscribers and future new subscribers. You know we do nothing here without God because everything is spiritually led by God over here. We cover the world from a spiritual and physical aspect to get the raw, real, and uncut answers. So anything you hear, anything you see in these end times, may you test the spirits, aka take the words and visuals back to prayer with God, as there are many Decepticons running around in these end times sent from the enemy. All right. Had that strong, close, and personal relationship with God. He do not want to be out here in this rain, I can tell. You gonna be out soon, don't worry. uh all right, so April 5th dream, you guys. By the title, you already know what's coming, so I'm just gonna give it to you. The raw, real, and uncut. All right. So this first scene of the dream, April 5th, I had a dream of a man walking up to my door, you guys. Okay? And he said, I need love. I just like I need love, and I knew in the spirit he was evil. Like I looked at him, as soon as I looked at him, I'm like, I'm not letting him in this house, okay? Because he ain't right. And then somehow the door opened, and he pulled this gun out as if he was gonna shoot me. But see, God in the dream pulled me to the side, so from the side view, I saw him shooting forward. So I didn't actually get shot, but I saw what he was going to do if he got in the house. So then God took me to an alternative of the situation in the dream. So this time he replayed the scene, but the man was walking up the stairs and somebody else shot him. And I'm like, whoa, hold up, wait a minute. Bring it back another minute. What is happening? So the father said lawlessness is coming, and he's been telling me about that. He told me about that last year, that people would be going crazy. And with this wealth transfer coming up, you got to know the devil going to try to steal, and lawlessness going to break out because the devil mad. So his minions, his servants going to go running rampant and wild, you know? That's why with the Michael video, meeting him in the physical world, um, the test was to not sow blindly and help blindly, because the devil could be using people in this hour to rob and steal from you. That's why you always got to be asking God when somebody approaches you what to do. I'm not saying pray out loud. Some people are literally pray out loud. I'm talking about pray silently in the spirit, okay? In your head, in the spirit. He hears that, okay? There's some people that's going to be praying, Jesus, as this person talking, Jesus, I need you. Do I sow or not? And they're going to be looking like, what are you talking about? Do it in spirit, all right? I have to say that, because some people will actually do that. So, in this next scene, I saw Troy Black. And Troy Black is amazing, but I seen Troy Black in a scene, and I was talking to him in this dream. And it was like we were on bikes. So he had two friends with him, and they were behind us. And then he told me, come up here. And I rode my bike to the front with him, and we were just cruising along, and he was talking to me. And as I was following him wherever he was going, he was saying, he said, not everybody is perfect. He says, even I did things that I wasn't supposed to do. And then I heard God say humble. He's very humble. And so, he was just talking to me about just not being perfect, and it's okay, and how God can still use you. And then we got to this certain spot, and it was a bunch of people, like believers, everywhere. Everywhere. The street was filled with believers. And I felt the presence, and I'm like, what is going on? Then we switched scenes, and I'm in this room this time. And I'm in this room with people who also have prophetic gifts, and many gifts on top of that, from healing to everything. And this man walks up to me and starts prophesying to me about something coming in the future, like something's coming, so get ready. But I in this room, and it was kind of uncomfortable for me because I'm not used to. The thing is with me, and it looked like I was very center focused in this dream. Everybody was kind of coming to me, telling me certain things. I am a type of person that I am more to myself. And so we're going to get into that in a minute, actually. I'm going to finish what God said. God said collectiveness and collaboration. And this is what I want to say before I get into the other part. God explained to me that the first scene was somebody who claimed to want love, but really had intention to hurt and kill. And then he showed his people being brought together, from spiritual gift to his children's being brought together. And he was telling me, when the dream of Troy Black, he was telling me, like, through him in the dream, no, you don't have to be perfect for God to use you. You don't have to be perfect. We've all done things. It's okay. And that's clarity for people who think that they're going to get left behind, even if they are trying with God and not necessarily getting to where they so fit want to be. That's all right. God sees that you're trying, okay? And you will make it as long as you keep trying. So with each puzzle piece, God gives prophetic words, or a word to his children, his gifted, his chosen. And each one of us may not receive all the details. We may all receive different pieces of the puzzle, and God connects us through those puzzle pieces, through his word. He's very strategic. So he was telling me the people that aren't real don't receive puzzle pieces. The devil tries to steal the pieces and put them together himself. But the way God does it, it's undeniable. His children will know, his gifted will know who is real. And he's appointing certain people to uh, weed out the counterfeits. And you may not realize it when God gives you a word. If you out here speaking it, you might be helping weed out the counterfeits because they don't have those puzzle pieces. Even people that give rhema words, personal words, say that something's about to change, something's coming. So everybody has a role to play, from a personal aspect to expose the ways of the world. Like you got the teachers and the pastors. Everybody plays a puzzle piece, a part God gives you, and it all comes together. He will connect us all together, and that's how we will know. When he splits things in half from believers to non-believers and the fake and the false, you're going to know undoubtedly. Okay? So I want to get into what I was saying about being surrounded in that, not being surrounded, but being a center focus in that dream around a bunch of people. For me, I have been put in zones that are not comfortable for me. Like, I am the type of person that does not really talk to people about me unless I know you. And so for me to get on here and have to do this sometimes, and like God will have me call certain people out for things that they're doing that I don't even know who they are, or know of them at all, but God will give me everything I need to speak on it. And it will be uncomfortable for me. The first time I had to do it was uncomfortable for me. After a while I knew what it was. But it was because I'm getting pulled out of my comfort zone to do something God wants me to do. And if you feel uncomfortable, that's a sign that God is trying to get you to do something that you just aren't normal to, or it isn't normal for you to do. And so for me lately, I've been feeling that. Like in that dream, I kind of felt like uncomfortability, like it was a new environment for me. I was around a bunch of believers. Like I haven't been around legitimately a bunch of believers with the same gift as me in person. So that's different. Like I don't, what do it's just different. So for me, doing certain things as of lately to what God has been doing for me, um, it's been outside of my comfort zone, and I've been testing the spirits. So it's just been like a kind of a roller coaster with these words, and then what he's been bringing to me and how he's been bringing people to me, and how I've had to deal with certain backlash over certain words over the past couple of months. I've learned how to be more confident in those situations and patient and deal with them. And I have a whole word on that, but just being uncomfortable, just understand, like, God will pull you out of your comfort zone and you will be blessed for that. Not just blessed because you did out of obedience, but because you were uncomfortable and did it. So like for me, it's not that I'm not good with people. I'm not open with people that I don't know. So that took a lot for me to be like, oh, I have to talk about something that I've never told anybody. Like, okay, let's do this, I guess, But I did it. And essentially, that's just how God be rolling. Like, that's what he'll do to get you to have confidence in advance. And so somebody that might be outgoing potentially, oh, I did hit my phone. Somebody that might be outgoing may not know how to like not be silent and just let it go. Like some people have a hard time letting things go. So when you finally let it go, after being, God will purposely give you a word where people are gonna attack you. Bro, why is they driving like that? What is anyway? God will purposely give you a word that puts you in a situation where you face backlash and see how you handle it. So are you going to be able to be obedient and go outside your comfort zone? Or if you're outgoing, super outgoing, are you going to know when to be quiet and to just let it go? Y'all get what I'm saying? Like and you will be blessed more because of that particular feature or aspect of your character that needs to be worked on by when you're obedient. So I just thought it's just been a lot for me. My nights have been like choppy with sleep. Uh, it's been a lot of activity. I I feel like it hasn't even been a full week. It's only Wednesday, but it feels like it's like Saturday. Like so, it's just been a lot going on and urgency to get certain things out and help people and just you know one thing I want to say to you guys too is make sure you test the spirits all the time. Like, understand with prophecy, and I'm gonna throw this in here, even though I'll talk about this in another word. I'm gonna throw this in here. Make sure that you're not going to random people about things. Even if somebody's trusted from God, make sure you're always going to God with all your questions first, okay? Prophets don't have all the answers for you. They only have what God allows them to know to give out. So God is the one with the plan. God is the one with the strategy, okay? He's the one that has all the answers, and people may not know your personal situations. So don't be freaking out when you hear a word. God's giving you time to prepare, but don't go to people expecting them to know your every move and every move in your life. God is not going to just tell somebody everything about you because you ask a question and they have prophetic skills and gifts. It don't work like that. If somebody's so quick to tell you things, that's not always good. Like, they should be more pushing you towards God. Or if you did pray and God gives them some couple of words, God isn't going to put that person in your business because that person also has their own things going on. So God's not going to crowd them with everything. That's God's job to deal with everybody, okay? So understand that God has all the answers, you know? And sometimes, you get some people that say, well, this person, I walked up to this person, they told me everything about myself. Well, that could also be because you told people who have the spirit of the enemy around them, you tell everybody your business, and he knows that information about you and can use servants to confirm your own events to you. That can also happen. So that's why God tells you to be quiet when you are to receive confirmation, because the devil, so the devil can't come through and deceive you with one of his servants as well. Everybody can, excuse me, the enemy can know about you if you tell him about you. Notice the devil only uses the past to bother you because that's all he knows about you. He doesn't know about your future, but he will make you think you don't have a future with God. So you have to really watch and discern in this hour, because you don't know who's really, especially if you don't know who's working for God and who's not. Because you tell the wrong person, the devil now knows information, he can deceive you. And a servant can say, oh yeah, God told me about you and he said this, but it's wrong because the devil knows it. So make sure you always pray first to God. Don't ever go up to a person to receive confirmation. Let God bring confirmation to you. Confirmation works because God brings it to you, not because you seek it yourself. It's not confirmation if you go looking for it. Okay? I had to make that clear to some people because I've seen this happen, and I've seen people be like misled because of this. And I will always be 100% honest with this gift that I have and what God has taught me. Like, if you come up to me and ask me, to expect like your whole life story to be drawn out from me, it's not happening. God is not gonna do that because I have my own life story that I have to worry about with God. He may give me word to help you, a couple of words, or he may tell me to tell you to seek him because you need further personal instruction and it's none of my business because that's your intimate relationship with God. So like I said, I keep it raw, real, and uncut, and I want y'all to understand what prophecy really is and how realistically how it's going to work. It's not fortune telling. A fortune teller, you pay to tell your fortune. Prophets, it don't work like that. It's all controlled by God and how much he wants you to know and doesn't want you to know. Okay? So I wanted to make that clear with this dream. Peace and blessings, and I will catch you in the next one.